Look, let's be real. There's a crack growing wide and deep right under the feet of technology and innovation. It's not about where the next billion-dollar unicorn will spring up. It's about who gets to hold the keys to the kingdom and who's locked out. Angel investors, this is where the burden lands squarely on your shoulders. You sit at a crossroads, a gatekeeper's throne, but do you see it? The gates you open today don't just welcome dreamers. They also shut doors on entire generations, entire ideas, entire worlds alive with potential. The question is brutal but necessary. Are you part of the problem creating a new class divide in tech, or are you tearing that divide down? This is no lecture. It's an awakening. Because right now, your decisions are shaping much more than businesses. They shape societies. They decide who will have a future in this realm of digital gold and who will forever watch from the sidelines. And yes, it hurts. It hurts that these choices weigh on you like a chain you can't break. The wallets you open, the pitches you hear, the founders you bet on, they're not just investments. They're the beating heart of what might become the next big leap or the next big exclusion. You can feel it in your gut, a restless, nagging tension that says, this system isn't right, it's not fair. It rewards the obedient, the safe, the known, and punishes the wild, the different, the dangerous. Somewhere in all this noise, something precious is bleeding: freedom. But here's the pain point you probably don't admit. The business as usual, the way angel investing is done, is reinforcing an invisible wall. Not because anyone set out to do it. It's because it's easier, safer, more convenient to play by the old script. You look for founders with resumes from the right schools, pitches told in the right language, ideas dressed in the right manners, and you pour money in. That's how the system says you win. Yet every dollar flowing down this well-trodden path builds that wall higher and thicker. It tells the rebels, the true outsiders, the wild thinkers, the unpolished geniuses, that they don't belong. This isn't just faulty investment. It's an active design pushing a wedge between the few who have access and the many who don't. And here's the brutal truth. The longer this goes on, the wider the divide, the harder it gets to call yourself an agent of progress. The cracks are screaming for someone to listen. Founders from places no one's heard of, with backgrounds that don't fit the Silicon Valley script, people who bring realities that ruin your comfortable assumptions, they should be the future. But instead they face invisible barriers with no clear way past. This is not about just tossing cash at anyone who says disrupt. It's about recognition, respect, real risk. It's radical trust in those who don't come gift-wrapped with pedigree. It's about breaking patterns. Your patterns, the system's patterns, the patterns that say, this is how you succeed. This is exactly where your power multiplies. When you choose consciously to invest beyond the checklist, you topple the unseen social divide. You become a revolutionary without even trying. But it demands more than pocket change. It demands a rupture from comfort, a brutal honesty about your own biases, and a relentless appetite to discover brilliance where others see only risk. Forget what the world teaches about safety nets and conventional bets. The true edge, the edge that scars and creates legends, is on the margin, where innovation writhes in struggle, where raw human potential looks nothing like the polished elevator pitch. This is the hard truth angel investors must swallow. Security is not progress. Chasing the safe bet only deepens the class divides you claim to abhor. Your greatest impact will never be found in the familiar boardrooms or filtered pitch decks. It's in the wild, unfiltered energy of the unknown, the founders who think bigger, differently, louder than anyone heard before. You want a world where tech innovation burns bright and fiercely. Start by burning your assumptions. Burn the script that filters out the chaotic, the uncomfortable, the different. This is how real progress, the kind that changes lives and overturns power, is born. Here's a strategy not many whisper about. Don't just diversify your portfolio, radically democratize your mindset first. This isn't a box to tick off on a checklist. It's a seismic shift in how you see value and potential. Get ruthless about questioning your instincts. Strip away the layers you've built up to recognize only a narrow band of acceptable opportunity. Challenge your network, expand it beyond the usual suspects, the same old Facebook, Y Combinator alumni, echo chamber that lulls you into false comfort. Seek out founders who disrupt your worldview, not just markets. Invest in spaces others ignore because they are messy or different or uncomfortable. This is where real gold lies, outside the sanitized halls of status. And let's not kid ourselves, this is not a quick fix. It's slow, it's painful, it's frustrating. The system fights back with every raised eyebrow, every delayed term sheet, every failed pitch meeting. But this is the long game. As the manifesto says, eternity favors the patient. The most potent returns won't come from following the herd. They will come from forging new paths and nurturing extraordinary thinkers who refuse to be boxed in by status, geography, or education. Angel investing can be a tool of rebellion if wielded with intention and grit. Imagine if, instead of reinforcing old caste systems, your capital became the hammer breaking down walls, the spark igniting fires in forgotten places. Hold on to this. The power isn't just in writing checks, it's in the ripple effect those checks create. When you lift one wild idea from the underground, you create a beacon for others, shadowed by convention. You don't just fund a startup, you birth a movement. That movement is what transcends borders, breaks systems, and rewrites the rules that say who deserves success and who gets locked out. Wealth, influence, technology, they belong to everyone, not just those who fit a mold. Angel investors are the linchpin between possibility and reality. What you choose to support or ignore echoes in the very fabric of our shared future. The weight on your shoulders is massive, but so is the opportunity. You either become a guardian of the old guard, clutching safety and predictability, or a liberator who sees the real promise buried beneath the surface. It's not about charity or coddling. It's about respect, courage, and a refusal to accept the sanitized version of progress everyone else settles for. Remember, true freedom in innovation isn't about cozy comfort zones. It's about burning through them, pushing beyond trivial definitions of risk, and standing with those who are done waiting for a permission slip from a world programmed to exclude. And here's a wake-up call no one delivers to your table. You are not limited by the system's rules unless you let them limit you. The cages you see around tech funding, the hidden preferences, unwritten norms, and social biases exist because people let them. But every chain has a weak link, and every system can be outwitted from the edges. If you wield your capital with intention, you become that weak link, that crack in the concrete, that unpredictable force the establishment fears. You become the one who invests not just in companies, but in liberation itself. So start today, not tomorrow, not next quarter, with radical realness. Look at your portfolio with brutal honesty. Ask the hard questions nobody wants to voice. Who is missing? Who am I ignoring? Whose story am I not believing? Whose success do I unknowingly block? Then flip the script. Find those marginalized founders. Find those boundary breakers no one else will back. Bet on ideas others dismiss because they are too raw, too wild, too dangerous. When you do this, you don't just create opportunities. You create a new economy of possibility. One where technology is not a club that divides, but a bridge that unites. To be an angel is to be a breaker of chains, not with violence, but with the courage to invest differently, to see differently, to lead differently. It takes patience. Patience that is not weakness, but strategy. This game isn't about instant wins. It's about lasting transformation. And transformation begins when you choose to stop being a keeper of the gate and start being an architect of new pathways. You owe this to every founder who's been told no before you even heard their idea. You owe this to yourself, to your deepest hunger for meaning beyond money. You owe it to the future that desperately needs more than recycled innovation and predictable choices. Angel investors are not just financiers, they are gate openers, storm breakers, freedom makers. The power is real and it's yours to grab. Don't let it slip into the hands of the comfortable, the complacent, the obedient. Choose to be exceptional, choose the edge. Choose to tear down the divide and build something brand new. Raw, wild, unstoppable. This is not a polite request, it's a call to arms for your soul. The future will remember you not for what you played safe. It will remember you for how fiercely you freed the few so the many could rise. Don't look away. Don't settle for the illusion of fairness. Own the burden. Own the opportunity. Own your fire. The divide will not heal itself. It's up to you to burn the walls down, one bold investment at a time. So,